So copyright, you claim it when you create something new.
It just sort of attaches, yeah.
It's not, whereas a trademark is something you have to register.
You have to use it, and you don't necessarily have to register it, but there's so many benefits to registering it federally that's usually our recommendation.
All right, so, but you wouldn't recommend, or can you even register a copyright to something?
You can register the copyright with the Library of Congress.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so you don't have to do that, but photographs, for example, you don't have to do each one individually. You can do a season, 2018, 2019, football season, and then that's just your collection. And you go on there and register the whole thing and attach everything at once. It's $35 to do the registration. Like I said, it's one of the few instances where I don't typically think an attorney is needed. Most people can do it by themselves, because it gets a little expensive to throw attorney's fees in there. And then they ask you some questions, you upload the sample, and then you pay the money, and then you get the registration. So in terms of actually doing the registration, in a lot of cases, a lot of individuals aren't in a position to file a lawsuit to enforce something. So that's where the registration really comes in handy for the copyright. But if you want to do it the right way, then like I said, you can copyright the group or the collection. I have some clients that they've got a whole bunch of pieces and they don't copyright them, but they've got one that's near and dear to their heart, so they do copyright that one. It does allow you to send a cease and desist letter out to somebody. So even if you maybe aren't able to follow through on a lawsuit, you can send a cease and desist letter and say, hey, here's my registration. This work is identical. We do want you to cease and desist, using this image or poem or song or whatever it is.
Right.
So there are some benefits.
And a trademark you register, federally?
Yeah, you register the trademark federally. You can get state trademark registrations, but the federal trademark registration is so much stronger. The huge benefit to the federal trademark registration is that it is then valid across the entire United States and our territories. If you don't register it, then it's really only valid in the geographic area that you're using it in. So we've had clients that are starting out in Western New York, they've got their business. Meantime, somebody 5 states away, they file a trademark registration for the same name. Our client wants to grow, but they're really not able to because they can't get that federal trademark registration. So they're sort of stuck in the geographic area that they started in. So we've seen that happen a couple times. And we understand when businesses start out, they usually don't have any clients or cash flow. So to be hit with this additional expense is difficult. But we've seen people just not really be able to grow their brand because of that other trademark registration. So it is tough.